Kaya, thank you so much for taking the time to pencil in a chat and give us a bit of feedback about your experience. But feel free to kind of just introduce yourself and explain a bit about who you are and what you do.
Sure. So my name is Kaya, and I'm a residential and commercial interior designer based in Southeast London. I've been in business coming up to 5 years now, and I've been in your program since September. So I think about 8 months, maybe. So yeah.
Awesome. So what, and September's probably too far away enough for me to remember, but like take me through like where you were at situationally in September to feel like, you know what, I think the program could be a good fit.
So the business was doing all right, but there was a lot of up and down in the revenue, in the types of clients I was getting, and types of projects I was getting. And I had proven to myself that this was a viable business, but I was now at the next level whereby I wanted to solidify strategies and consequently my revenues in order to build on what I've currently got, if that makes sense. And I needed solid guidance to get me there, if that makes sense, step by step. And I've often had business coaches in my business, but I took a break just before I joined you. And I was very careful about the right fit for me in my business. Now, there is one thing about, having a course that's really good, but there's also the person who runs this and the support that's given during the program. That's also really important to me. And I've figured over the years that I need a combination of both, and they both need to be a good fit for me. And also, I had been following you for a while and all your activities, and what you were offering through the course and the coaching was matching what I really needed to take it to the next level.
Awesome. That kind of answered my next question in regards to like what kind of components to the program you kind of gravitated towards. So do you feel it's kind of, yeah, the course to an extent, but it's like what, having direct access to me on group calls? Like, is that
It,
is that one of the key features? Did you feel like?
absolutely. It's, it's definitely a combination of a few things. Also, obviously teach did the content to take them to the next level, such as, a solid marketing strategy, paid ads, organic marketing, and also structuring my day, my goals, and getting to those goals. But I also am very much a person who needs the sort of human to human guidance and support as well, which your course brings. And I love the fact that I can jump on a group call and hear everyone else's questions and thoughts, as well as put mine forward, but also have one-to-one access to you as well. I don't think many people do that. And group coaching or group calls are great, but sometimes I do need that one-to-one time as well, which you were offering. So it really is a combination of that. Just going back to the course a little bit, what I also liked is that your course doesn't just promise to help for the next one step or two steps. It's a course that I can go back to and get to step 3, step 4, step 5 over time, if that makes sense. And I really wanted something like that rather than reach a ceiling too quickly, like I have before. I mean, it wasn't bad before, but I'm now at a place where I would like to stay with one person, i.e. you, and then progress to a certain level in my own time.
Yeah, I think that just comes down to understanding that there's different phases and having executed on the phases in my own business. So I find there's a lot of people out there that can do something to get you to 10, like 5K a month, for example. But what'll get you there won't get you from 50K a month to 100K a month, I suppose. But you can kind of see it. It's all the same theory. It's just the actions are kind of different. But
Right.
yeah, take me through like what are some of the what do you think the biggest aha moment is that you've had since being in the program?
I've had a few, I have to say. And I'm actually going through the course what I deem as slowly. I thought I'd be on the course and the content and the execution a lot more. Like I'd be on it a lot more, but I haven't been able to for a good reason, because you coached me straight at the beginning to convert my inquiries better. So I remember actually I came into the course and you said, right, what's going on in the business right now? And I kind of laid it out to you. And I think it's important for anyone coming into this to be vulnerable and open rather than play it a certain way. So I was that with you. And you said, right, Kaya, pause. It looks like you've got lots of inquiries coming in. And although your conversion rate is not bad, it's good, you could convert more. So you said to me, don't bother going to like module 1, just jump straight into the sales module so you can capture those inquiries and convert. You know, at the end of the day, none of us are running a charity. We are here to make the bucks. And you said, let's not let that slip through your fingers. So that's exactly what I did. I skipped all of the modules, went to sales module, and then suddenly my conversion rate was so high that I took on loads of projects, and therefore the course became a little bit of a back burner for a while. But that's a really good thing, because immediately my revenue was sky high, higher than ever before, and consistently month after month as well. And it also meant that some of your teachings allowed me to tighten up my profit margin, which is really, really important. I mean, you know, revenue is a number, but your net profit is really your number. And I saw all of that shoot right up, basically my conversion, my revenue, my net profit. And then I was like, wow, okay. I was like, and all of that to say, without making a single tweak into my service or my delivery, it was just tweaking my pitch, tweaking my sales calls, and implementing all of the techniques that you taught me through the course that kind of made all of the difference. So that was my first and biggest aha moment. And I must say I was in pretty disbelief that it was happening. And then loads of aha moments, because obviously your course is full of people from who are at different levels and who have been with you for different amounts of time as well. So when I sit in on calls, I can hear where the next person's at, what they're doing, how they're doing things. A lot of stuff in your content, you go through so many theories in detail, so it ingrains first before we kind of jump into it and do things. And I think that's really, really helpful. Like your lettuce and salad bag theories.
Yeah.
I try and use it in my daily lives to people now. Like, did you know? Loads and loads of aha moments. But yeah, like you know, the sales module was one of the biggest that had a huge impact on my business immediately. So yeah.
Got it. So yeah, take me through some of like the results. So like from like a sales conversion rate, like what kind of increase did you see? And then maybe from like, because you're focusing on the right things, like big projects don't matter if you don't keep a good amount of the money, which a lot of interior designers have an issue with. So take us through like maybe sales call, closing percentages, and maybe like project profitability. Like what kind of increase have you seen there?
So before I joined you, my conversion rate was floating between sort of 24 and 30%. And that had been the case for all of the years that I've been in business. And I mean, I don't know what the industry standard is, but I never thought that was too bad, but I always knew it could be better, if that makes sense. After doing your sales training, and actually your community is fantastic as well, because I didn't just do the training, but like you encouraged, I put it out there to people who are in the course and said, who wants to practice with me? And like I did a few dummy pitches to other people in the course, and I've returned the favor as well. So that's what helped me polish it up with other people rather than real prospects. My conversion rate then shot up to about 75%.
Wow.
That's where I'm standing right now. So it's a big difference. And now you've also last week told me it's time to put my prices up, which I have. And you told me to you told me to put them up by 40%. And then eventually 80% of this still carries on being a really high conversion rate. In terms of profits, net profits, I'm now floating around sort of 75, 78%. And again, you know, that's not me having changed a huge amount in my business. My biggest outgoings is definitely my contractors. I've got 3 contractors that I work with for various tasks. I haven't yet begun to spend a penny on marketing just yet. So I'm imagining that will go down when I begin to pump into that. But so far, you know, it's quite high. Whereas before, my profit margins were definitely sort of in the 40-45% regions.
Love it. That's really impressive. To be honest, like 25 to 35 is a very respectable closing rate. And like we were explaining, getting towards 70 and 80s going too far. It means people feel like they're getting too much value for their money. So now we have to increase the prices, and I don't know, 50 to 55% is a good sweet spot, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, so take me through like how has experiencing the program changed the way that you think about, you know, what you're going to be able to do moving forwards?
Wow, like it changes everything, especially when a program gives back so much. Like, I mean, I don't know what your conversion rate is, but you know, I think the value out of this course is gigantic compared to the investment. Like, I know the investment is not small. Obviously, I've put that in, but it does feel scary when you first invest into it. But if you can knuckle it down and really put the work in, and this is coming from someone who's, you know, hasn't even begun to really get my teeth into it, honestly, and yet I've seen so much results already. It's transformative. Obviously, the numbers, there's that, but it's also mentally and emotionally transformative. Like, you told me last week, in a nutshell, not to get complacent just because my numbers are looking great and I'm in a really good place financially right now. You said, great, but what's next? As in, like, what's going to make you reach to the next level? Otherwise, you're going to become a bit complacent. And that's true, right? So the mindset work that you're doing through the course content, the group calls, the one-to-one, all the messages that we can send you, really, really helps seeing things differently. Like, you have definitely given me a stronger perspective on the abundance that there is out there and the capabilities that I have, and how things can change quite quickly the right way around, still sticking with our morals and values. And, you know, you don't have to necessarily work much harder, but you have to work smarter. And that really is all trickling down into the business. Even the way I speak to my prospect clients has changed. Like, I'm not half sure about what I do and bring to the table. I am 150% sure about what I do and I bring to the table. I know the value that I bring. And all of that has been built bit by bit through the mentoring that you're doing, the coaching that you're doing through the courses.
Awesome. Yeah, thank you so much for the detailed feedback and a bit of insight into your journey. But yeah, thank you, Kayo, for your time.
Thanks, Patrick.